Welcome, everybody, to Pull Up a Seat. This is an extension of the podcast, Be Pull Up, the podcast. This is where we speak about parenting and just intentionality around it, but mostly focused on our journey as women. Mother's Day is coming up very soon, so I thought it very relevant for us to really hone in on what that means to us. But I really firstly want to thank you guys for showing up and being with us here today. Thank you to the listeners, the watching, the watchers, the viewers. Thank you guys, and thank you for the support. Thank you to the team. This was created to give parents and caregivers a space to be honest, not perfect, not polished, but just, a little transparency, because parenthood does tend to feel a little lonely, especially when you're new to it. So I've invited people who have multiple kids and two single kids, different journeys and different experiences. I'd like to welcome you, Mother, and I'd like to welcome you, Lebogang. So starting off, Lebogang, how many kids do you have? And maybe just a little brief introduction of who you are.
I am a mother of one boy, 12 years old. So I've been in this mothering thing for a while. But about me, I'm an interior designer by profession. But I do own a beverage manufacturing company called Just Ginger, which does a lot of other things, i.e. a mobile bar.
Yes, delicious. Very refreshing.
We have a mobile bar and a gifting service, and we own this space called At 9 Eatery and Cocktail Bar, which is a venue.
Where we are right now.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
And you, Mother K. Masire?
Lina Lebisoromo, mother. So I'm a mother. Just by birth, I would like to believe that. I have many kids. I've birthed two, a boy and a girl. I have a bonus daughter, and I have more than 10 kids that have been gifted by the universe. Yes. And who am I? I am a guardian of love and peace. That's how I like describing myself. And I came about that because I felt like as I described myself, I was using a role. So I asked myself, okay, but who are you? My essence. Love and peace are the two things that I would love to guard in this world and like people to experience love within themselves and peace that comes within themselves. And in hats, I wear so many hats. I'm a mentor. I'm a founder of a mindfulness and a well-being solution company called Butu Treats. Yes.
Guardian of love and peace. Wow, that's profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are daughters, obviously. You mean you wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Do you have siblings? And
I'm the
what number
eldest.
are you? Yes.
I'm the eldest. I have two brothers. I'm the only girl. Yes.
Wow. Firstborn.
Yeah.
Okay, I can relate with you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a middle child.
Okay.
Out of 5 kids. I have
Wow.
2 older, 2 younger.
Nice.
Yeah, and a ton of cousins. So I feel like I was always just in the middle of everything and everyone. Yeah. So,
Okay. Oh, 5.
yeah.
Wow, you had to share a lot of space in it.
Yeah, and I was the last born for 8 years, and then it came out of nowhere, and I was like, really?
Did that gap do anything to you? And that's where we relate also, because myself and my younger brother were 8 years apart, and I kind of felt like I was his mom.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then you become the parent. I think I was the mom more than my older sister. My older sister was just like, yeah, no, it's not for me.
It's not my business.
Yeah, but I used to change diapers at 8 years old, and then the next one came when I was 13, and so, yeah.
Wow. That's a gap.
There's a gap.
Yeah. So
My
you
younger
definitely-
brother's gap is 16.
Yeah.
So for a long time, he thought it was just the only two of us.
Yeah.
And then he came along, and he was, you know how it is with this one. He was more like my son now.
Exactly,
You know,
right?
you just take over.
Automatically,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just that thing.
Do you think it's like a female thing that we initially just jump into those roles and say, okay, this is my child? Even I'm sure nobody told you to kind of like assume that role. Changing diapers, making sure everybody is.
Is it not a firstborn thing?
Is it?
Than a gender thing?
I don't think it's
know.
a firstborn thing. Like I said, my older sister was just like baby, and I did all that, helping my mom with all of that. So I think it's just it depends on who you are. Some people just, it's natural for them. Some people it isn't, and it's not right or wrong. It just happens.
Yeah, it's not right or wrong. It's just when you start now being the disciplinarian, but you're not actually the mom.
I mean,
then
then
it gets awkward. It's like, who are you talking to? So what season of motherhood are you in right now? How would you describe your season of motherhood right now? Because it changes, I'm sure, from like birth to
I think
toddler
I'm on an easy breezy.
you're on tween right now.
Yeah, I'm on tween. So it's weird because sometimes he can wake up and want to give me a hug, and sometimes he's just like, ma'am,
Do the
stay away
hugs
from
stop?
me. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But they come and go now.
This
I
morning
know
was
they're going to
greeted with
stop.
I love you, mom. Like he just said on me, like I love you,
That's
mom.
why you should
really treasure that.
those moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the little snarky comments come in the tween stage. Then you realize that we're almost teenaging, and you know where that leads. Teenagehood, we all have been through it, so we all know it can be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, where you think you know everything, but you
Yeah.
really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And almost empty nest. The boy, the firstborn, he is at varsity. He's doing his first year.
Wow.
He's outside the country. And then the sister, she is 15. She's in boarding. Still outside the country. So there are no kids at home at the moment. So the parenting is different. So I feel I'm in a stage of newness, it's really different. Yeah.
Parenting from a distance must be interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
And thanks to the internet, it's really...
Oh, yeah, just a call away, a
closer.
video call
It
away.
helps, but you're right. It's different when they are here and when you're talking to them through the phone. Yes.
Wow. What was, like, how has motherhood changed your relationship with yourself? I really don't want this to be like question and I want this to be a conversation, you get me? Like just flowing off each other and, but what can you say motherhood has really changed about you and your relationship with yourself?
That's such a difficult question.
I'll be very honest. I didn't think too much about it. And I feel it guides you. It's the first experience. You've never had a child before. Your child is not your sibling if you've had a sibling. It's a really new experience. So I was really open, but I had one intention, to be a really loving and supportive mom, because there's one thing my mom taught me, and as I grew older, I really saw that she was really right. Like, the best thing that you can give to your child is love. That's like the best thing than everything else. So that was the only intentional thing that I said, okay, I'm going to really try to be love. And loving means you have to be present. So yeah, that was just the basis. But the journey, as I was walking it opened, and I learned as I...
With love is so broad. I mean, I think I get where your intentions come from because of this conversation. But another parent could be like, yo, I'm taking care of this kid. I'm putting food on the table. I'm working day and night. That means I love them.
Yeah.
I'm providing for them. But intentionality behind like the effort of love looks very different for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that love is a doing word more than provision or what have you. It's more presence. It's more
presence.
intentionality.
Yeah.
And support.
Yes.
Presence.
And nurturing.
Yeah. But I say to a lot of people that parenthood takes an emotional toll on you more than anything.
Yeah.
You have to be ready for the emotional toll that it takes on you, because a lot of people think kids are just as long as I have money. If
And we get it wrong there.
And if you want to raise a well-rounded human being, I feel like we need to put more effort and intentionality into parenthood. It needs to be more than just providing for taking to the best schools and putting Woolworths foods or making sure they're dressed in whatever. It has to be more about presence.
Presence.
Even if you have a demanding job, there are little things
Put
that
the
you
phone
can
down.
do to make sure that they know that you are there. It doesn't have to be like a full-time mom, because you can't be a full-time parent nowadays. Both parents probably have to work. Most of us are single mothers, so you definitely have to work. But you just have to know that when you're with them, you are intentional about your presence. And it's hard because, I mean, we are living in a fast-paced kind of world, but where you're always on your phone, you're always on the road, but you always have to just, I don't know, even if it's just 10 minutes of pausing a day to let them know that I'm here. Or are you okay?
You said a word like we cannot be full-time parents. And I have things with words because I feel words are more like, like you create path. And I sat down with that word like a full-time mom or a full-time parent. A parent is always full-time, even if you're a businesswoman and you're being a mom.
There are no days off. There are no days off.
So, and I think is these kind of, framing that then create a certain perception, and then we start feeling bad, thinking we are not being like present or good parents, whatever good is.
Yeah. But by full-time, I mean, firstly, I believe you need a village to raise a child.
That part, community
like,
is so important.
You need a community. It doesn't necessarily have to even be family. It can be your friends, especially if you have friends that have kids along the same age. We can do a thing where you can be able to drop off your child at so and so's house for the day and what have you. Even nannies, and I didn't mean full-time in a derogatory way, but I get what you mean, that we need to not say that, because to be fair, we are full-time parents. Just because you have to go to work doesn't make you less than someone who is a stay-at-home. I think those are two different things. But yeah, I think that we all need community and a village.
For sure. I mean,
for a child to feel loved, because you can't do it alone.
On the topic of community, I think community also opens up the gate to having to learn how to set boundaries, with the people that you are allowing into helping you raise this child. I don't think ngwana o kgona go godisiwa a le nosi. O mo godisa o le nosi, and that's the important part about community. However, how do we now set those boundaries where we're like instilling value systems into our children, and like, okay, just because he's at Granny's house, Granny believes like this kind of setup, but you don't allow that at your house. How did you maneuver that? Or how do you maneuver that?
You talked about intentionality initially, and I think you just need to be intentional about the values that you want to present and leave them. And if they see this at home, they're going to go to grannies and maybe something different. Life is that way. It's very dynamic. You know, they're going to grow up and then they're going to be interacting with different spaces. So you don't want to nurture a child or a child who cannot be in certain spaces and still keeping their values from home.
Yeah.
So my belief is if we can be able to teach them the values at home and they see them practice and they live them, so when they go out, even they interact with other people, they know their roots. Like, okay, but this is. And our generation, well, my generation, we grew up with boto, you know. So in our generation, dude, when you meet another mogolo and say, oh, ngwana ga mang? Oh my God, you feel like you have badges.
That's one of my favorite compliments.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, you
It's just like, you know, and those are the kind of thing, if your child understands, they really know the value of that even outside home.
Yeah, you really can't be rigid. I get if you have your own belief system, values, whatever, but you can't be rigid.
You can't be rigid.
I learned that when I used to have like a clean eating kind of system with my child. He doesn't eat crisps. He doesn't drink soft drinks. All of these things. You will get tumbled real quick.
I did.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you can do it at home.
Yeah.
And it's fine. But because they're at granny's house once in a while, don't care that they're feeding them Coke. There's only so much you can do.
So look at the chappies. He came back eating gum at every corner. It's like chappies. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. But then he knows at home I can't get
Yes.
it. But when I'm at granny's, for
sure,
I will chappies the whole day, which is okay. And you have to be okay with it, or else you'll drive yourself insane.
For sure, because you can't keep them from everything. At the end of the day, they're as much as granny's. I think granny's house, it would be an example of like, it is where the good things are, but even still, they're gonna go out into the world and have to make,
and it's gonna be far worse.
Far
what
worse.
you just need to be sure about is the values you're trying to instill in them, to know when someone offers you this, no, because that's not good for me because A, B, C, D. Or even if I try it, okay. Am I gonna die?
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is, you know, in my job as the mindfulness coach, I work with young people. So over time, I realized like, and I'll tell the kids I'm working with, like, guys, your parents are no different from you. We are just human beings and winging it. We just had more time. So I believe kids are also people, personalities and all that. So how you bring up one doesn't mean it will work for the second child. I was humbled by my daughter at 3 years old. My son, if you needed something, you go down to his level, you talk to him. You know, I could match with him, put my boots on his, and we'll be cute. The girl came and I was excited. There's a girl. And
Twin.
No, she had her own personality. She was very, very assertive. And then I realized I had to stop and realize, like, I didn't give her a chance to really understand who she is. I thought because I'm a mother and I have mothered, I'm just going to take the same template and practice with her. But she showed me, like, no, I'm my own person. At 3, she chose her own
So you
clothes.
had to go back to the drawing board.
So, and I choose certain battles. You'll see me with her at a supermarket wearing crazy. And I didn't care because it was her choice and she wasn't going to die or get hurt. So I allowed her on certain things.
And I'm sure she would rock it differently from what you would have given her. Like, the confidence is different because now it's like, okay, I chose this. I'm the one who's like rocking this.
I feel like girls slap differently. It's so fascinating because you're not the first person who says that, oh, my girl is so assertive. Oh my God, it's a lot. Like, I just have to let her because the fight is not worth it. It's very interesting because boys are quite,
chill.
most of them, not chill. it'd be interesting to get a second one and see, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
do
maybe
that.
one of these days.
Not doing that.
I have a 5-year-old, so I think one of the conversations, I don't know if he understands it right now, but one of the things I say to him as often as I can, or when the need allows, is just like, this is my first time doing this. I'm new to this as much as this is new to you. So we just need to remind each other along the way that this is how I need to be handled, and this is how I prefer things. Mommy don't like no germs, so don't touch the dog and put your hands in your mouth. Go wash your hands, stuff like that. So he's quite receptive. I mean, I believe that my son is quite understanding. People think that I talk to him like an adult, but I feel like,
I got
that's
that.
why he's very well spoken. I think he's very well spoken. He can hold conversations with grown-ups. Like, they'll be like, oh, how old is he? I'm like 5. Like, oh, wow, we just had a full-blown conversation. It's just because it's a level of transparency that is just like, yo, I'm new to this. I'm learning. Teach me who you are and then learn who I am. We don't always get it right, but, we can always make it good for each other while we're in each other's space.
I absolutely got that. The whole talking to my child like he's an adult, which it made my life easier. So I'm like, guys, I'm not going to baby talk. I have no patience.
There's no beating around
I have
the
no
bush.
bandwidth.
And obviously for a kid's language. Yeah.
So even now, the conversations that I think even when he was like 4 or 5, the conversations he would have with people, it would be very well articulated, and everyone would be like, why does he? I'm like, because I've never babied him.
Yeah.
We just knew we are together in this. We are both new. We both don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And also, I have no time to go really down to your level. I can make it understandable for you rather than speaking to you in adult terms, especially when you talk about certain topics. You always have to dumb it down because you can't go from 0 to 100. Let's say you're talking about
For
sex
sure.
or whatever with kids. But as they grow up,
Lord,
then
I haven't
you can
had
add,
to do that yet.
Oh, honey, he's known about the birds and the bees since he was 5.
I mean, I do explain things like, your body is yours and stuff like if somebody says, don't touch me, you have to really respect that. If somebody says stop, if somebody says no, those kind of conversations. But I don't know if we should be talking.
Well,
It's quite interesting talking about, talking to them like adults. What I found out is I did a whole lot. Yes, I would talk to them, engage them, because I was also intentional after the 3-year-old just showed me dolls. Like, I want to really know them at an individual level. So I would engage them and really find out what's going on in their head. But I would do stuff for them. But as teenagers, this is now where they're also discovering themselves. Also just finding out from them. Not that I will parent them the way they want to, but I would understand the state of mind that they are in. Then from there, I will be able to know how do I engage with
It must
them.
be so interesting to have a mom, a mindfulness coach as a mom.
As a mom, oh my
It's like,
gosh.
Mom, I just want to chill. And you're like,
I
no.
actually asked them that. I actually asked them that question around COVID. I don't really remember. I did a video and just asked each one of them. They answered differently. But one thing that they don't like, and I think you guys may experience that at a later stage, is because I engaged them and I wanted them from an early age to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
So I will, on a Friday, go buy and bring snacks. If it's one pack and that's what I could get for the weekend, I bring it. And then I put it and said, these are the stuff that I got you for the weekend, your stuff. It's for the weekend. They'll come back. May I have? Then they'll ask again and say, whether you take it again, whatever, it's really up to you because I'm not going to buy again. But if you finish, know that it's done. So now I've taken that responsibility from me making decisions for them to them. So that I say that's one of the things at times they don't like about me. Because it's easier at times to be told yes or no rather than they have to. So it irritates them. Yeah.
Yeah. But the older they get, I get that because then it's just, there's no point in saying no.
Yeah.
Just let them finish the thing if they want to finish it all in one go, and then you just don't get them more until you are ready to get more.
You said what you said.
You said what you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's important for them to learn at a younger age to make
I
their
think
own
it's
decisions.
actually brilliant. Yeah, I totally think that's brilliant
I think
because those are tools that they're definitely going to use in the future, whether they understand it now.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also question too much information at the same time.
And
There
what do you
isn't, like you're saying, there isn't a formula about we're doing the best that we can and hoping for the best. You can really do as much, and then the child goes this other way.
Yeah.
And
That's so
hence
scary for me.
It is
Yeah.
scary, and hence I would say to any parent that even when your child turned out good, it's not you alone. It also has to do with that individual. Like I say, they're individuals. So you
Yeah.
do the best and then hope for the best, you know, because no parent would like their kid not to go the other way. But going back to too much information at times, it can. Personally, I have bad relationship with money because of my mom. And thinking about it, my mom was doing the best.
that she could at the time.
When you think about it, let me unpack it. My mom, from the time I was like 12 or younger, I knew her budget. I knew how much she earned.
Really?
Interesting.
Yes, I knew.
I would have loved that though, because I may have a better relationship with money now.
Just listen to this. So
Okay.
the both of us, we knew exactly how much she's spending for what. So we even knew like we get shopping twice a year, just before winter and just before Christmas for summer. Like lots of clothes. That's it. So because I understood her financial, so I didn't want anything from her. Even if she would bring me something, I'll cry.
Oh,
Because as a child, I'm thinking, oh my God, she's doing so much with this much, this little. So am I not putting burden on her? And then now as a elder person, that's why I say the relationship with money went over time due to my work. I reviewed my relationship with money. So money has to stay a little bit and you have to stretch it. So when you work like that, that means you can't do big expenditures at a time because you're trying to stretch. But at times it's better to just do one big expenditure and then, So I had to relearn. On the other side, same household, my brother on the other side we got it very differently, So there she was doing something that was great, but this personality took
Didn't
it
take it, yeah.
differently. You know what I mean? But I'm not blaming her because I totally understand. Wow, that was really great. But that is what them saying. Okay, fine. This is really complex. When is too much? When is too little? Because you want them here. I understand where she was coming from. I'm not doing anything for you.
I think maybe then what we need to teach them is financial literacy more than your finances
Yes,
as a person or as a parent.
Yeah.
Because then it diminishes the burden, them looking at your budget and thinking you can't, I shouldn't ask. Whereas if you teach them, here's 10 I want to see how you're going to spend it or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way, I'm sure, that we can balance it out.
No.
But I get your point.
Yes,
though.
it's I think it's really getting to know these
Yeah.
little people because they're people. And just like when you meet a man, you want to get to know. You want to know who he is, what takes him. You really take time.
Firstly, it's been a while, so I don't know. I feel like that's a topic we are not. I don't know. I know nothing about that. I don't know anything about
When you
that.
meet somebody, you want to
okay.
get to
Maybe
know
then we
them.
can listen to your advice.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so that's
Maybe we shouldn't talk about motherhood. We should talk about where to date, how to date.
Dating, kids, anything that has to do with people is complex, guys.
Yeah.
You have to figure it out. we don't even get ourselves.
For sure.
So
For sure.
at times that's when we should have compassion as we are trying to interact and figure ourselves out. We are all winging it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if the intention is not to learn from each other and, you know.
And also, I think, speaking of you don't know who you are, I think the older you get, the better you date, like, and mother, and whatever. Because I look at some of my friends who had kids later on in life, and I'm like, you're going to do so much better. I was just out here wondering what the hell. Now you know yourself more. You know how to anchor yourself more. It's just, and you have more friends that have kids, so you can get advice from them. And you've seen it. You've seen people parenting. And so you can kind of like go through the motions a lot better than when you have a child in your 20s and you're like, okay, guys, who's here with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a kid earlier than your friend group and stuff?
Some.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, I think I had about 4 friends who had kids around the same time.
But I'm sure once you got in, you're
And
like,
then-
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I had others. Then most of them didn't have any kids. And then some just joined in the parenting later on in life. And I'm like, even as late as like this year or last year. And I'm like, yeah, no, it would have been interesting. I don't have the energy right now to have another kid.
Yeah.
But it would have been interesting.
I've got pressure from my kid. He's just like, yo.
I got him a dog. I got him a dog.
Too. We got a
I
dog.
was like, sweetie.
We got a dog. I was like, maybe in like 3 years, maybe when you're 8.
I don't think I like kids.
Hopefully. Oh, there. I love that truth. I don't know. I'd like another one, I think.
No, I have a very complex thing. I don't like
Yeah.
kids, though I love them.
I hear that.
I wish I like a certain age.
Which is your favorite age? And which is your favorite age, actually?
I love babies.
Those are the best, actually.
Yes, I love babies. I like, but it's complex. I like under 2s, under 3s, let me say. But I don't like what it comes with.
Yes. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure.
You know, because it's like they're your belt. Your life really revolves around them. And then I also like 5 and 6. The 9-year-olds and then the teens, I don't
Teens
like
must
them.
be so hard.
Then from 9 to thing, I don't like them because I don't know how to interact with them because I like authentic and they are just... So I want to be with them a certain period and take them back.
Yeah.
So what is an oxymoron is kids love me and want to spend time, but I decide how long.
Yeah.
And then I take them back.
Okay,
And they're
bye.
not mine. Yeah.
I'm not sure, hey? I think maybe it's because I only have the one and I'm journeying through all of the stages and I'm still trying to figure out which one is my favorite. Other people's children, though, I don't like babies. No.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I like babies. But when you ask me to change a diaper, I'm like, it ain't mine.
I actually don't mind that. I think that's actually my favorite stage because we have a newborn in my family right now, and I'm just like with her like this, like, oh
No,
my God,
that's
this is
I love.
so amazing.
And they
I wanna,
smell
"Mama,
amazing."
Mama,
Yeah.
You know, just this morning from waking up to the shower. Do you know how many times I heard mama?
Yeah.
Yes.
And whatever context, there's no follow through. I'm just like, what are we talking about? Go get undressed. Let's go shower. It's school time. Yo.
Talking about mama, I once said that to them and their dad.
Yeah.
The way they call me. So I said, so I want to take a jar. And if anybody calls me more than 3 times in a space of 60 seconds, I'll drop you a 50
Yeah. I think
and
we'd
I
be
bet
rich.
I will do stuff for myself that I really love.
Yeah, I think I should start a mama jar. Because
I did a reverse
honestly,
psychology on my child one time. I think I was just tired that day. And he was just mama the whole day. And we were spending the day together. And I just turned around and I started going, Zuri.
Yeah.
Until he was just like, what are you doing? I was like, yeah.
That's how it
feels. Do you see how I feel? How frustrating it is.
Mama, corner to corner. So I really love that
I don't
baby
like that stage either. I like the baby stage if it's not mine.
Yeah.
I like the mama stage because it's like you're discovering the world with them.
Yes.
It's such a fascinating thing because everything's so new to them, and then he can all of a sudden ask you, because my child was into science and watching. He was watching the Travel Channel and National Geographic when he was like 5 until when. And so he can just sit there and be like, did you know that the solar system is not
Like, no, I
okay,
didn't.
it gets annoying after a while, but because he's discovered this new thing, it's like, oh, that's
Guys,
really cool.
I miss that.
Yeah.
Because now, because like I say, kids are different. My firstborn, my son, is more like me, more internal, more observant than, and the girl was very different from the family, bubbly, social, girly, da 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 da. Now, at a stage where she's at, I even had a conversation with her. I have to beg for her attention, and I was saying to her, like, I showed her a picture. I sent her actually 2 weeks ago. What you used to just stay on me. I'll be sitting in it, and you just
want to be on top of
of me, talking, asking me. Now I go to your room, you're doing your own thing, then I'll be lying there and say hi, Nana. Say hi, and I'm like, okay, mommy, what did you want? Like, I came to chill with you, then said, okay. And then you keep quiet and say, so how are you? I'm fine, one word. So I really means because you wanted to tell me everything. You're asking you always. So I really, really miss that. So they're also evolving.
Yeah.
So for me, I will never deem somebody like they are managed this parenthood thing or they got it wrong. Is just be intentional, understand your kids. You're also evolving as you are parenting.
You definitely are.
You're not that parent that you were. So if we are conscious of all these things and just do the journey and pray. And
Do the
just
best you can.
Yes, yeah.
Just do your best.
If you can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what, I'm trying my best here because there's no manuscript.
manual.
Yeah.
Every child is very different.
Yeah.
So what I do with mine, it can't be the same thing as you do with yours. Yeah. We just have to also give each other grace.
One of the funniest things about people, what I've noticed about people with no kids is like, oh yeah, if I had a kid, my kid would never. I'm just like,
my brother used to say that. My brother said a lot of things until he had
Never
a child.
say that because you will get humbled. Your child is going to do this exact same
you
thing.
You will get humbled so quick.
Your child won't do.
No, my child's going to sleep all night. Okay, boo.
All right, sure.
Okay, all the best. All the best. I want us to do like a little rapid fire type thing. Sleep or silence? If you had to pick. Yeah.
In what context?
In context of like parenting, like if you had to pick between like, do you get to sleep or do you want a silent house? You know, like silence alone or like.
Can you get silence? I think the only option is
You have to
sleep.
pick.
When they are sleeping, that's when they're silent.
I think the best when they're sleeping, you're just like, oh.
Yeah, because there's no silence most of the
so
time.
much.
And I don't like silence because it's either they're doing something they shouldn't be doing
sure.
or they're teenagers and they hate you.
Oh no.
Okay. It's a little different for me because I'm a silent person. I love silence and quiet naturally. So I had to navigate that. So I had a way of whether if I want my silence, I'm getting it, and not necessarily asking them to be silent or to give me.
So what was that way? Well, what did you do?
I created spaces that when I need silence, I know, okay, fine, before when I knock off, I had a hectic day, come to at 9 for coffee before you get home so that when
And
you're
sit with
home.
yourself and decompress.
Yes, so that you are in a certain space. Have they knew Sundays when they were young, it's my time, so that I knew to take them away. And then the half morning, I'm all by myself.
Yeah.
They knew certain times it's mommy's time, she's reading or whatever. So they knew the distance where they had to be doing whatever they are doing.
Yeah.
But however, when they make noise at a certain stage, girl, you're lucky. I don't know what happens with one child, but siblings
They
will
fight.
get you screaming like a mad woman because they like poking each other.
Yeah.
And as a parent, you'll see it coming and you'll try to stop. Guys, stop it.
Yeah.
You find yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to be very intentional. And as things are happening, also say, this is about to happen. What am I choosing to do in this situation?
Yeah. It takes a lot of self-knowledge, or rather, I don't know, it takes a lot because
Awareness.
when self-awareness, right? Because there are moments where it's like, okay, I'm aware of what's happening,
Yeah.
and I realize I'm about to get raise my volume a little
Yeah.
bit, you know. But sometimes you let it out and it's just like, is this the moment I'm messing them up? Or, you know, you never really...
There's no either way. You're gonna mess them up, honey.
Okay.
Your child's going for
Either
therapy at some
way.
point. Either way,
Right.
there's nothing you can do
Yeah.
not to
Right,
fuck up.
I think I'm
Yes.
noticing that,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing you
There's
can do
nothing.
to protect
the
them from...
screaming, what I do, because we're human beings, and the kids, like I was saying when we started, we are all human beings at different stages of our life journey. So when you've done a mistake, should learn to just go back to the kids and say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That
how
wasn't
do you fix
guaranteed.
that?
And I think that's the
Yeah.
difference
Yes,
between
yeah.
parenting now versus how we were
Yeah.
parented. When we were being parented, you move on. You yourself as a child, there's no one who's going to come and apologize to you.
Yeah.
You better just pick
My
yourself
dad used
up.
to apologize.
Well, yeah. Your dad's the G.
Whoop my ass and then later on come back and be like,
No,
Yeah. That one
My
is fine.
You brought in a very
Yeah.
interesting thing. So let me start with the apologizing. What are you apologizing for? What am I sorry for?
Yes, okay.
So I'm
So that's the
sorry
apology you
that
never got.
I'm sorry that I screamed. I used a wrong tone. I was overwhelmed and I shouldn't have taken it out on you. So that they also understand that it's not an excuse that when you're overwhelmed, you should take the screaming on
That part,
me.
that
Yes,
Taking accountability.
on somebody else. So
Yeah.
what are you apologizing for? That is in terms of the apology. And then on the messing up, like her, my kids are older now. I told them, like, you know what? I'm trying to do my best because at some point you're going to be at therapy talking about me.
yeah.
So just like I'm saying, but because I understand it wasn't, I won't say it was abuse. It's my personality that my mom and whatever and money in that thing. So there will be something. Maybe my mom loved me too much and she didn't allow because we are different personalities. So talking about whooping a child and then apologizing. What are you apologizing
Yeah.
for? So my son once said to, we're chatting and with my mom and said, you know, and I stopped it. At times, I don't like it when my me's there, you know, shouting at me, and then the next minute she's extra nice. That is not okay. I rather like you, Granny. And then I went back like, okay, do I do that? Would I be feeling? And then I realized like, maybe I'll be thinking it was too much. Am I messing him up? But because we know about getting people getting messed up, we overthink.
You overthink
Definitely,
it.
I'm
yes,
definitely
you
And
overthink
that's the
somebody
thing
who
with
overthinks it.
that's the thing with discipline, right? You can't most of the time don't discipline and then be overly nice. Stand your ground. Later when they've calmed down, even if they're crying and throwing themselves up, let them have that emotion. Then sit down with them and talk it out. Like, what were you feeling in that moment? And then you apologize for your position if you feel like it's worth apologizing
Yes.
for. Or if your child says, I feel like when you did this, it wasn't okay. And then you say, okay, sorry, baby. I didn't mean to do it in that way. Next time I'll do better.
Yeah.
But it teaches them I think we need to teach kids accountability.
Accountability.
Because if you now apologize to them for your stance, instead of the way you get beaten, yes, your mom will be like, sorry. But then they don't apologize. You know, they don't actually talk to you about what they did and how it messed you up. Be like, babe, you beat me, but I told you that thing was not me, and you know, and that conversation was never had. So I think now we have to parent with and it goes with intentionality. You have to be more accountable. You have to be more vocal. You have to be more emotionally intelligent. You have to be more self-aware.
It's a dance.
It's a lot.
It's a dance. It's a rhythm. You have to pull and push and
the beat
understanding
changes.
the people. You're dealing with real people here. They are also evolving. So you are also evolving. You're at a certain stage in your life that affect you in a different way than a certain stage. So the pause is really, really important. Just like we need to pause in all different areas of our lives. Say, I'm here. How am I feeling? How would I like to move? How am I really feeling at this stage? At times, as parents, we shouldn't even shy away of asking for help from the kids. You know, I'm emotionally drained. So mommy is a little bit touchy. You know, it would be nice at times to just, you know, get me some water or offer me to rub my feet.
Yeah, I definitely.
So that it's not just you who's doing. So I think we're also teaching them how to engage with other people. So, but here I just...
And also how to nurture.
Yes.
Because I think that's why a lot of people are a little bit emotionally detached because they don't know how to take care of others.
Yeah.
Or be in service of others. And
But
it
then
goes to Horumiwa and all of that. But Horumiwa, please, may you please just help me with this issue. Don't just say, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's your chore. No, sometimes just throw in I'm a little bit, may you please.
And it makes them, people feel like they're part of the whole thing.
Yes. Please. When you look at Setswana, when your dad, when you say Papa, what does he say? Ma? Right? So I think our language is only that we got lost in translation and things were not packaged. There's so much beautiful values or little things that we can just get out of it. Especially Setho. If we look at it at the core, you know, I am because you are, so the compassion comes in. If you take it to the direction of Christianity, it goes like you respect doing unto the other. So we have direla suswana. So there isn't as much as kote motho ke mogolo. Ha ele motswana wo setho, mogolo le ene respect you. Even as a child, they engage you. But having said all this, you know, parenthood lately is very, very different and it's very difficult. And my heart goes to parents who are dealing with kids who are delinquent or users, because there are issues of shame. So just as a parent, you know, we should remember that we are not our kids.
Yeah.
Whoa, deep.
Yes.
Yeah, message.
It's especially for you guys who the kids are still much younger, so that you prepare yourself and you have this understanding. So it's not them. So they get intertwined on this mess and they get shame, and then they start so getting withered, and they can help the kids, and then they're just messed up and all that. And then some who managed for the kids to be okay because some mother care was doing this and my child personality allowed, I can then share, hey, now I get you know, parents were never there. That's why I never want to, and you know. And that breaks my heart because at times it's not the parent. The parent did everything.
Also, you can raise, and like you mentioned earlier, you can literally raise 5 kids in the same house.
They're
Same
all
way.
different.
and they will all come out differently. There will be one user, there will be one this, there'll be, and there's nothing you can really do to control certain things as a parent. You do the best you can, and that's about it.
Yeah, what I'm hearing from you guys is
Look at
that
your eyes. She is, but you just have a 5-year-old. You look like, oh my God.
oh my goodness. But what I'm understanding and what I'm hearing is that really parenting requires a really high level of self-awareness. And I don't know how many of us, and presence, but how many of us are really willing to do that? You know, like how many of us are really willing to face ourselves and our darkness and our light or whatever it is?
Are we socialized to know that we
Are
should
we?
do
I
that?
don't know. I
Maybe
don't
the
think so.
next generation, maybe, we are still,
Yeah.
like I said,
Maybe
we are
generations
just winging
away.
it, guys,
Yeah.
in this life. There's the intentionality.
I
What-
also don't think that it's not that parents before us didn't have self-awareness. They most likely did. I think nowadays the thing is we talk about it freely. It's not like before when you're just, but before also it was a community. At the end of the day, when my neighbor on the street, I know, like, won't comment because I was doing something wrong. Nowadays, you can't do that with these kids. You know, they decide that you're not my mom.
Yeah.
And then
Which,
the
by
mom,
the way, if my child said that, I
and
would
then the
whoop him.
mom
But anyway,
would also be like,
Yeah.
you cannot, my
you
child.
can't say that to my child. But we need this. I think the problem is we've also lost that thing, that tradition that we grew up with, the sense of community.
And that one is also, the dynamics are crazy because
Yeah.
there's also a sense of security. So we think we are protecting kids, but we are
Yeah.
creating these kids that won't take a look at mogolo. So there's a lot of, there's so many layers. You just have to choose, like, okay, my intention is to have a critically thinking human being who would be able to be grounded and take their decision and understand that every decision has a consequence. There is as far as I can go for them and
But there's
pray to
somewhere-
God.
Yeah.
Because the world as it is evolving, it also comes with new challenges.
Yes.
We didn't have issues of drugs the way our drugs was weed. And it was like, and then now there are other dynamics that are involved. But I honestly, my personal opinion is the best is presence, so that you are able to pick up all these things. My kids are in boarding. So what I then did is we have a day that is formal for talking, and any other they can just
Text.
they can text or they can call. But this one, it's a long one where I'm even putting on the phone video, I'm cooking, I'm doing whatever, I'm just chatting with them,
Catching up. Hearing
you
what's-
know,
yeah.
so that you understand where they are
Who are
at.
they hanging out with?
Yes,
What's
who are
this
the
person's
friends?
age?
What are they thinking about certain things, so that you can sneak in certain direction. Yeah.
And whether they're boarding or they're here, it's important to do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. This is a Mother's Day special, and both of you have highlighted your moms, I believe. I want to first understand what this holiday means to you as mothers, and then also your backgrounds. Were you raised just by moms, or... Because I was raised by my dad. My mom passed away when I was 12. So he just kind of took the wheel, you know. Granted, he was married. He had remarried. Well, they never got married, but he was married at the time. But he's always been my core parent, you know. So I don't want to say a daddy's girl, because I don't know, something changed along the way. There was like, but now we're coming back together. So I just want to know, for me, this holiday is a bit triggering, because I do feel like, where my mama at? Especially after giving birth, it was a little bit like, this is hard. You know?
Yeah.
It's still hard, you know. So you mentioned your moms a lot. So maybe we can talk about your backgrounds and what this holiday means.
Well, I was raised by my mom. My mom was married, but yeah, separated. She never had a formal divorce, but it was a divorce because she was there. Was beautiful. And she is, everybody's parent is their, well, most people, their role models. But my mom, every time I look at her, I'm like filled with awe because she lost her mom. I never met my gran when she was 6 years old. And the story was my granny stayed with like Bohol with many kids. So when she passed on, everybody picked their kids. And they were left, and my aunt was just 16-year-old, and my grandfather worked way out of Usukwengwengu. So these were kids, they were like proper orphans, where they didn't have a mother figure in the home. 2 years later, the dad dying, and still just like that, but seeing how big her heart is, as much as I believe I have a big heart, I don't think I would have the love for my aunties who dropped me when I needed people the most. So she then, I think because she liked her mother, hence my name Mother. So she said she loved some song called She's My Mother. I can't sing. And so she said it reminded her of the feeling. And growing up, she really wondered how it feels like to have a mother because there was no mother figure, nothing.
Yeah.
So the song, and when she had me, so she said,
It's a very interesting name you
if she
have.
had a daughter, she's going to rename her after my granny. But somebody in the system, the same generation, used the same name, Bani. So they couldn't use the name. She didn't have a name. So she had me. It's a girl. The mother's energy. She's feeling like this song is playing somewhere. She said, "Oh my God, mother."
Oh, gee.
So the doctor said, like, what? I said, no, I feel like she's my mother. So yeah, then let's call her that, Mother Tebogo. The gratitude of having a mom. So for her to choose herself. So it's also a demonstration for me that if somebody from that age didn't have absolutely nothing, and where she is now, and the intentionality to say, because I missed it, I'm going to try to be my best mother, the exposure she gave us, even though her job, she was a teacher, but minimal, but she would do things for us that people who had two parents and good jobs did, been to a plane, but she will make sure, Yeah, so she's like, oh my God, this woman. At times when she because she times can be too much, I then
Aren't we always?
understand.
I think as
I
Bazali, we just
understand
tend to be
why.
like, yo.
Yeah. So that's how I was brought up.
Okay.
Yes, my mom is just too much on us at times because I think she wanted us to feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
nice.
you guys?
My mom was a single mom, but we did grow up. Like I had my grandmother as my other mother, then my mom. I think at some point we called my grandmother Mama, and then we had to switch because it was just weird at some point, and then we called her Granny, and then my mom Mama, and then then I got another mother when I was in varsity. This lady I used to live with, who I call her my other mother. Her name is Sharon. So like I've just been like, I think, getting mothers along the way. But my actual mom, yeah, she was a single mom of 5, did the best.
Wow.
She did the best, Shem. And she had a village and a half to raise her kids. So I think we got the best version of her because she was able to get the education she wanted. She's got a master's from Oxford, for crying out loud. So
With 5 kids.
yeah.
Okay, girl.
So she's done a lot, considering, because a lot of people, I think, just having kids, you kind of take a step back and forget what your plans were.
Yeah.
But
And
if
it's
you,
so easy to do.
it's so
Very.
easy to forget. So she did the best considering. And yeah,
Yeah,
so proud of
mommy.
her.
Wow, yeah. Shout out to your moms,
Yeah.
guys. Wow, guys. We're supposed to have food
Oh, yes.
somewhere. I don't know if we can bring
I think
it
it's
in.
ready. She's been like trying to wave us down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can bring it in.
I think we can
and
pause, right?
then
And
I
then
believe
I can bring it
so.
in.
I don't know. I guess we can just keep going.
Should I just stand up?
Sure. I think so. Wow. 5 kids, Oxford is nuts. That's so inspiring.
It
Because you
is.
can easily forget yourself.
It is very easy. And I think that is something that throwing it in terms of, as a mom, forgetting yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you can have a nika with a hole, thinking like, had the painty at 200. I'd rather take these and buy socks.
Yeah. Ke go rekela ngwana ke
Eh,
tracksuit. Yeah.
What is that? What is that? It's the guilt that comes. So what are you saying about yourself? What are we
Yeah.
teaching our kids? I knew I did that as most parents do until one day my daughter said, "Mommy, please, get yourself something this time. If you're not buying yourself anything, don't buy me anything." And I was thinking like, damn.
You see this? You notice?
So I made a decision, like now she's in boarding. Every time I go buy her, prepare her for school, I have to throw in something. Is it skausu? Is it just something? Is it a hairband? Just throw in something in there. Because it's very easy. You have a
It's
home.
so easy to forget.
also-
yeah, they consume our lives. I mean, so quickly, you know, and just over time, you're just like, okay, I really do need to take care of this person. Just like you say, for real, just Nicholas Cuddy with a hole in it, but they have a full wardrobe of clothes. Like for a long time, I don't even remember the last time I had bought myself clothes. And maybe in the last year, that's when I'm like, oh, actually, my wardrobe is kind of boring, But that's that intentionality also. It's like, you don't really have to take a back seat.
No, you don't
You
have.
really
You
don't.
really have to be intentional and see. We are not saying. You are not going to have all your needs covered while your child's needs are not. That's crazy at the
Yeah.
same time. But we are saying you cannot give from you cannot pour from an
empty cup, yeah.
an empty cup.
Yeah.
So that balance, where am I? Okay, maybe it's my turn now. So parenting, it's interesting, and I'm very grateful for my husband, and it's the pausing that made me really appreciate this particular thing that I'll be sharing now, because I paused. So as a mom, I don't even think about it. You go to the shops, you bring the kids snacks, some little whatever, So my kids know the snacks when hubby is out. The snacks are mine. He doesn't buy them.
nice.
He buys them when he's buying them snacks or he's doing. But if he goes to the shops to get milk and there's one chocolate,
That's
that is
yours.
mine. If I want to give to them,
Must be nice.
I will. And I didn't realize initially till I say, "Mommy, can I have a chocolate? Did you bought your chocolate?" So you may have said, "No, it's yours." So they even. So I'm thinking maybe I haven't asked him about that, but maybe he's seen that I don't get for myself, so he is doing that, and
or maybe
it's
he's
something
just
that
thinking, yo, that's my babe.
I'm
I need to take
appreciating.
care of this woman. Yeah. That's,
Wow.
I don't know. Thank you for the beautiful food. Wow.
Just, I'm a creative, so at times I love crafting. I like creating. So at times it will just be creating something, taking this and creating something with it. Lately, I'm into what do you call iced teas. So it's really making beautiful drinks, different colors, and then setting for myself, because I also live around nature. And so it's really doing things that pleases my soul. So the next, at a different time, is whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything specific.
Yeah, but whatever your soul is
yes,
yearning
will be
for. For
yearning
me, I
for
love
that.
gardening. Like right
Yes.
now, I'm such a plant mom. I'm outside, just like
Yes.
hands in the dirt, feet on the ground. Like, let's do that.
Yeah,
A
I
week
started
can't go by.
gardening during COVID, and it's been a wild one. I think I started my mom's house, the garden there, lawn from seeds, guys, lawn.
That's
from
me
seeds.
right now.
Yeah, no, that thing is now like almost 5 years old.
Okay.
Or about 5 years old,
Yes.
and it is lush.
I love that for you.
Yeah, and this one I didn't start from seeds though. I was
Okay.
like, let's go.
Oh, you did that
easier.
patchwork
I did
thing?
the patchwork
Okay,
thing
cool.
on both sides, and this one was planted a year ago, and it's already filled up the space. So I'm like very proud of myself. That means I have great energy.
So what do you use to reset when you're overwhelmed? What is your
We
go-to?
drink red wine.
The,
Or I go to the gym.
Yeah.
Gardening is just like part of daily life. It's no longer a hobby. It's weird. Your hobby is a hobby in the beginning, and then
And then it
the
just
minute you
becomes-
get used to it and you're into it and it's just free flowing, then it's no longer a hobby. Then you need to look for something else.
Yeah.
So thank God, working out is still sort of like my hobby. But
That's it, yeah.
definitely, I like disappearing to like a friend's house and sitting on that couch with a bottle of wine. That's
Oh, that
one
sounds
of
like a
my
good
favorite
reset.
things to do. Always just sit here. In winter, the fire and everything with my wine and
Yeah.
Netflix.
I at times take a yoga mat, put it in the garden when the clouds are beautiful, and just lay and do. I used to love doing that when I was young, and watch the clouds. They do different
The cloud watch.
shapes and whatever, and just.
I call it cloud
Yeah.
watching.
It is cloud watching. There's actually a thing. I went
Is
to
it?
Vietnam and the
Oh,
place
thank
where
you.
say cloud watching. This time looking like
Yeah.
okay, it's a thing.
Cloud watching.
Cloud watching.
And then
It's like
you're
people watching.
Yeah.
You know, some people just go sit in a park and just watch people. It's just that
I
thing.
also people watch at airports, international
Unfortunately, we
airports.
don't have enough parks, so we can't do that anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like when
but
we were
also
growing
you
up.
might get got.
You might get robbed.
You don't know what's out there, but you know, I really like that.
But it'd be nice to just sit in the park and just watch people and
Yeah.
think about, ooh, that
What
person is
park
probably
what's
at
that park? I think is it Tulofela Park where there's like little book nooks
Yeah.
where you can like take a
Oh,
book and then
they
replace
do
it.
that?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
Tulofela
wow,
Park.
wow.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
check it out. That's-
I want to check it. Is it?
Is it Tulofela Park is the one by
Park 27?
Park
Yeah.
27, right?
Yeah.
There's the other one on the other
That
side.
FNB one.
Is it FNB?
The
Yes.
one in Tawana.
Yes, the one in Tawana. That's
They
further
have
down again.
that?
Hey.
But that
They
park
used
is
to
always
have-
closed.
Yeah, I think that's why. Because people be wilding.
And that is a beautiful park, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my God, the
And
food
what do we
looks amazing.
think about while we're talking the kids about which another one? Play dates, sleepovers, no play dates. Yeah, both.
Sleepovers.
That, yeah.
I have, wait, sort of, that's a tricky one. As a single mom, I have had to allow sleepovers, but that's where my rules are sleepovers at family and the other kids, you know, and around the same age. But I don't want kids to be left alone by
Yeah.
themselves because kids be wilding. Kids be just
Kids.
will take whatever they take and you know, but I know the risks of it, you know, you're not there fully, but for myself, I've had to really succumb to it. It was one of those things like, my kids will never have a sleepover. And then life happened. And then I
Really?
became a single mom. And then it's like, actually, I work in the night sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
and my jobs require me to be elsewhere and I can't take you all the time. So, yeah. So I had to really let loose on that.
I think
But
I've
can we
never...
dig in at the same time?
I've never been one to say I don't do sleepovers. Obviously, I have to know the parents,
Yes.
all of these things. but my child has friends that he has slept over at the house multiple times. And then his cousins, obviously, maybe not all, but
Yeah, for me, it's not all cousins. No.
I also I think it goes with my energy
Yeah,
and how
and the
I
gut
feel.
feeling, yeah, for sure.
So
for me, it's
my
like
friends, most of my friends, yeah, it's possible because especially the ones where there's a child who's his age and their
Yes.
friends and whatever. But yeah, I'm very fluid when it comes to sleepovers. Also, my child hates going anyway most of the time. So when he says he wants a sleepover, then I kind of feel like I need to oblige.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But I do need to know the parents, especially when it's
Definitely.
friends. When it's family, it's easier.
But what I've realized is like some people will be like, no, okay, I'm like, what
I don't
are you
know.
talking
No,
about? I don't know you. Who's my
No.
child going to be staying with? You know?
I have to have made the decision.
the decision
Yes.
myself. Yeah.
Because I also want to know your parenting style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some people, like you're saying, you have a child who is 7, and for them it's not a problem to leave them alone for
That's a
3
big-
hours.
that's a
you
big
know.
problem for
but
me.
when, so you look at, I also
Yeah.
look at like, okay, fine, how do you interact?
How do we,
You know.
because you have to kind of have similar parenting styles for it to work most of the
Except
time.
the
Except not really. I think some parenting styles I can be like, you left the kids to like stay up until Lord knows when.
Those ones I can allow.
And then I realized that, but is it that deep? Yeah, he'll come home tired, but
Yes.
is it really that deep? So I think sometimes it's great to also allow your child to experience other households because then he grows up with a lot more culture. Or,
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. I think I just, I was thinking about it because it's complex safety, how things are these days. But like you're saying, a child is brought up by a village.
A village.
And they need to experience that. So we will look at those things. So I saw it at play 2 weeks ago in a very interesting way. So we had to go and pick our daughter up from school. So our daughter asked the friend, the mom asked what from us. So
Traveling from
yes,
boarding.
from boarding. So Dad, we went to pick the girls. When they get to the border, my daughter has left, her passport back in Phuket. He was like, whatever. So he calls me, I get by the border. They have to drive.
That's when you have to learn to breathe.
Drive back. So it's 2 girls. So he's really evidently very upset. I can tell because the previous day he was helping me work and carry my stuff. And then I was saying I was tired, he should go and pick the girls. So the dynamics, I saw it without him saying. So I was ready to go back to Peking with my daughter. So, but I didn't get to that stage. He said, that means you can go with the friend and then we'll go and then pick. And then I'm realizing, because there was I like watching patterns. Like he was thinking, that means he will be alone with her at the house. So this is a girl child.
Yeah.
So she may not be comfortable, and even for her, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a fair thought. And I don't think many people think about those things.
And I was thinking, like, yes, these dynamics, like, you have to look at who's there, blah, blah, da, 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 da. And it was just something quite interesting, observing, like, he is right, it's a girl. He didn't say it, but I could, because the other time with the girl said, okay, fine, you can do whatever, when they were just girls. He would not want to be alone with
With just the girls.
With just the girls, especially if Nibatla being the parents. Because he cannot,
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. But another thing, ya gore ngwana o robala gongwe le gongwe anytime. I don't do that. Even when I'm saying sleepovers, it's either at his granny's house or at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
But there has to be other kids there around the same age, and
No, for sure. What
like
hela?
hella, you know.
And then the other thing, I think we should also teach our kids to be able to share things if it's uncomfortable or when they were just feeling what it's okay. Somebody's not necessarily going to get in trouble. You do know that kids don't like getting people in trouble.
Yeah.
So at times they don't share because they are scared somebody's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Need to just learn their boundaries so that you are also at least a little comfortable when they are there. It may not be the person that you left them in their care. It may be just somebody getting in the yard
Yeah.
as they could at your house.
Because that's the thing. Anybody, like, what's the traffic like also at your
Yeah.
house,
Yes.
you know?
And those kind of things can even happen at your own house. So we also need to teach them
We need to
both.
teach them to be
Everybody is
vulnerable.
trustworthy.
The boy child and the girl child.
Yeah. For sure.
But as we're wrapping it up, this convo has been so much fun. I feel like we should get to eating now. But just like final question, if there's like one thing you'd want another woman or mother to take away from this conversation or from your journey, as we've spoken about our own journeys a little bit here, what would it be?
I would say,
You can do it.
well, there's that. But I would say, learn to take care of yourself, and it's okay. Yeah, it's okay to take care of yourself. Because if you're happy, your child is happy. And give yourself grace because you're doing the best you can.
As long as you're doing the best you can.
As long as you're doing the best you can. If you're doing the bare minimum, sweetie, get it up. Like, just step it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
the trick is we are all just winging it. We are all just trying to make life work. The economy sucks for all of us. So give yourself grace and just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you are happy, your child will be happy or your children will be happy and they'll be glad for it to be raised by a happy parent.
That's very important.
Yeah.
I would say don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You haven't been in this journey before. Ask for help. Pause when you need to. And reflect. And like she's saying, if you're doing the best, that's the best
that's all
that you can
got.
do.
Yeah.
And take good care
You're all kind of-
of your mental health as a mom. Very critical.
Yeah.
That's very
Yes,
important. Yeah, I learned that very quickly that my mental health needs to really be. It's
That's
not
why I gotta
always
double
up
sit,
there,
yeah.
but you really gotta, because that's how you start getting aggro to the kid, and you know what I mean.
And
that's not
parenting is
cool.
an emotional journey. If you're not emotionally stable within yourself, how are you going to then teach your
Yeah.
child to be emotionally stable?
They learn through our actions.
Yeah. So you have to take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, all of that in order for you to be the best you can be.
For sure. I think for myself, from my journey, is that you can plan as much as you want.
Oh, hell.
you can.
While you're making
plan
plans,
as
God is.
just like, girl. Sure.
keep making the plans, girl.
Yeah. So yeah, you can plan as much as you want, but really just show up as best as you can. I guess it's really about that best thing and just like really, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
No.
Nor is it the worst thing. Would you suggest or not suggest, but would you advise people to have kids?
It's personal. If you don't have like kids, don't have kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's personal.
It's our
I
opinions
would
at the end of the day,
have kids again if I had a chance. But if I can have kids without being pregnant, I will even appreciate it better.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Really?
But I actually quite enjoyed
enjoyed
pregnancy.
All my pregnancies, the only time I'm okay is the second trimester. The first, I hate everything, the car, everything. I'm just a mess. And the last, the middle,
Yeah,
So just
okay.
give me the baby.
Okay, cool.
Let's not get pregnant.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed pregnancy. I was having the time of my life when I was
wow.
pregnant. And which is surprising because a lot happened between me and the baby daddy at the time. But I was very zen.
I think we need a co-parenting episode.
Yeah,
where
no,
we
Sham.
just really.
I don't
but
know if
also
we
in
are not
co-parenting
co-parents. That's the problem.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
spicy.
We're here to be the co in the parenting. But anyway, but I would say it is a personal journey. It's a personal choice. The other day I was saying to someone that you can sit and say you don't want a baby or you don't want to ever be a parent or you do want to be a parent or whatever. But unfortunately, it's not your decision to make because the universe or God or Badimo or whoever have plans for you. You can decide that you don't want kids all you want.
And then boom.
If a kid is meant for you, it will happen. You can decide you want 10 kids. If it ain't meant for you, it won't happen. But it's not to say that you shouldn't try or you shouldn't whatever. But sometimes we overplan only to a disappointment.
Yeah,
And I'd like to throw this little one to the young ones especially. Don't make a child for a man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, babe.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do
Or
it.
to save your
when
marriage or relationship.
when you're younger, like I want a baby, I want your baby. That has
When a
nothing
man
to do
tells
with
you
the
he wants your
reality.
baby, you must
Run.
No, by that time,
You just met him and he's telling you he wants a baby. Get out of
the
there.
reality is you can't take the baby back.
Yeah.
And then from 2 years old to 7, there are your belts, guys.
You don't have a life.
No, you
can
cannot.
try, but you cannot have a life.
Yeah.
But definitely
beautiful things.
No, they're beautiful things.
They're amazing.
But
They
they're
grow
amazing.
you in
We love
very
them.
profound
But
ways, yeah.
to be fair, they're the biggest responsibility you can ever have.
Yeah.
And you need to take that responsibility with a lot more weight, okay?
Yeah.
Because even if it is an oopsie daisy, at the end of the day, if you choose to go through with it, you just need to
a full life thing.
know
For life.
that it's a huge responsibility for one to bear. So it's unfortunate that women are always the ones who have to stay
Let's
with
change that narrative.
responsibility.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if that narrative could change, especially in this country, because I feel like that stats are way too high. But
And before we conclude, and maybe for the next one, since you are on in mothers, I feel there's also a very interesting dynamic about parents or mothers, or let me say parents or mothers, because we're talking mothers, and adult kids. The dynamics of a parent and adult kids are different from when you're still young, depending
yes.
on them. And it's reading and whatever. I find that it's a subject that is really not addressed because you are your parent's child. And regardless of how old you are, they see you as their child. And they would like certain things for you from a good space. And then now you're an adult, you're choosing your own life. And then because you don't stay in one space, the parents don't know where you're going. So it's like at times like, hey, life decisions, they want to be involved, blah, 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 blah. All that, I think is a very interesting one.
Yeah, that is a very interesting one.
But I think also as kids grow up, you have to let go. Like, it doesn't matter from baby stage to toddler stage, for example. There's a certain level of control you have to let go.
Yes.
When they go from toddler to what's the next stage, whatever.
Yeah.
Before preteen, that you have to let go a little bit. By the time they get to teenagehood or adulthood, you have to let even a lot more go.
Yeah.
So even as a parent, you cannot be a helicopter mom especially to like a teen to adults. You need to let them also
especially
learn.
the adults. I'm on that one.
So if you're gradually letting go as the state with the stages, for sure, then maybe with adulthood, you would have let go enough.
They are saying the mothers are as engaging. It's because they still feel responsible.
Oh, hell.
If your boyfriend, husband do something to you, they feel it like they felt when you were young. So they say at times that's why like they want to make decisions for you because now they have wisdom. They are saying, hella like we would say to our younger brother, we get the way, no, but so they will be so anybody who's always high and I'm thinking like, can you live my life? And she's thinking like, I hear you have this and this investment. So let's just talk so that when you make your decision. And then I'm feeling like, hey, my man.
Why you
I think
all over
my man has a decision
Just to help.
Yeah.
so I think that dynamic. And then from my end, at times I feel like, or maybe from our side, it's because she never been an adult child. That's why she's still like, she can come and find the house dirty. She will sweep it. And like that's my place.
Oh, no, moms just do that, I think. Well, that's my assumption.
Although, listen, if you're coming to clean my place, I'd be like, yeah, sure, city. Hate housework. So, cooking, I'll cook, but I would be happy if she came and cleaned my space. So don't take it out of me. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think those are great subject points. Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to just thank you guys so much for taking the time out to have this conversation with me. I'd love to thank At 9 Eatery and Cocktail Bar for hosting us and for the wonderful drinks. Just Ginger, shout out. You know where to find him. But yeah, we're going to eat without you guys. But I think what's happening, the point of this and what's clear is that there's no one way of navigating this.
No.
There's no one way of doing it. Trust yourself. Show up as your best. Best doesn't always look the same. And yeah, trust yourself. And the journey you're on, there are no takebacks. So,
Yep.
yeah. And with that being said, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Re leboga,
Bye.
mommy.
Bye.
Bye.